for Dark Art Council. Let's just go through this. So I am Czar, CZAR, at civilian street level. I am Magi, MAGI, at Mammalian Services. And I am Omni, OMNI, for spiritual, religious, council. That's the Vatican level. Now, I only at this point speak English, flate. I speak flate. And the Vatican peoples were supposed to speak on my behalf only in another language, and then counsel to my face or on the phone for Arrowcom and Statcom for the holding together of the Black Mill Drift and the shift as I am here at the Black Mill Drift. Started with the retrieval of something, and then the picking apart at the facilities in quiet, dark places that were a problem. Before I was sent, we gave words they were supposed to fix. Let's think about this. Now I am in a duhexan, D-U-H between, and then it's just the, I don't have a letter, and then it's the X. I mean, usually we go like this, and then we cross the arms for the night, and then it's O, and then it's the N, but the N is in ETA, E-T-A, between two lines, because I came down and I'm alone. I'm like underneath the glass, which is where it's duhexan, and then the Black Mill Drift between Nicholas and myself on two etas at the same time. But he had for special placement one above. He was born better I'm in like a home economics project of like ecolo, ecola, like yeah, ooh boy. And so, but he was born better placement. That's where I was like, put me in a convent. I was like, call it Citadel Citrus. I'd put it army people in there. I'd be happy. Just don't leave me with London in the echo. And you left me in home economic echo. And that's where I am still being held captive. Then I have here, because the drift, nobody fixed. And so now I am trapped in the bottom vortex underneath the science project and whatever stupid you have rolling around in skin on the surface political. I mean, I spoke to Vatican reps back in whenever, and I said, listen, I'm the bioengineer project. There is a signature of mine that I can only do in person, along with other dark arts and science, scary things with the militarized zone that I belong in. I'm in for lack of a better word, where you go to defecate. That's where the country that I was born in. So they have loose, it's like they all took laxatives before I got here in the 1940s and 50s. And then they decided that when I arrived in the clean water of the bath, right? Oh, there's a nice water bath. Look, it's all clean. They were like, well, I can't hold it anymore. And then they sat on top of me, and it's just been showering on top of me for 42 years. Now, I don't curse. I just don't. I'm a witch. Which witch, switch witch, right? I mean, again, these words, they say them, they don't know what they mean. I have to be careful with my words. So I am. I say nothing. I walk around the crazy people, they speak. I'm like, okay, well, I just recorded that, but I don't know, what am I to do? You've left me here. Their words are not supposed to have meaning. They're supposed to be strikes. So the thing is that it starts off in the wrong, if my current position in being sat on by the laxative politicals shitting on me, that the stuff that they took, the pills they took before I got here, if they don't fix my little girl and bring me to Vatican somewhere special and safe, so the Magi, the Omni, and the Tsar can all meet and hide away from the laxative whatever levels in the America, write out one, so that I am protected and safe, and then everybody else works out. But what happens is I'm born with a CUS. Right, those are the projections of the possibilities. If you don't fix the getting me out of the toilet bowl with the laxative people on top of me, right, the curses are going to come out and I'm not going to seem so nice. Right, so I have not cursed my whole life. I didn't know curses. I mean, you have to be taught these things. But I heard some around the way. It starts off very soft. And when you, in most important men in the world, got that, right? When you don't perform your service to me, since I'm the only one that's important in your entire career, when you don't perform and help the situation to get me out and educated properly, so there's respect between all of us, and I know what words are. You are, I know where you live, I know what it looks like. I mean, here you've had me under someone's tuchus, and they're showering like diarrhea. The diarrhea shower, they just can't stop. Oh my God, I can't stop. Right, and I'm sitting here like, I know there are good men somewhere. How long do I have to hold my breath? So now that's like what happened. And so now I'm in a place where I get really mad, but I have nobody to speak to because nobody knows about the real things that are going on as I wait quietly like the fawn in the Serengeti and don't say anything. So now at 42, I'm really fucking pissed. Why? Oh, well, I'll tell you. I'm open myself. Nobody speaks to me. Everybody pretends like nothing's going on. I was supposed to be number one priority across the board. And then they're like, well, if she's going to curse, I'm going to put her to her lower people, echelon people, and she can speak to them that way. And then we'll deal with the upper echelon. That's not going to work. Because I don't cuss. First of all, I don't even cuss. The cuss, C-U-S, was on the cuspid, C-U-S-P-I-D report. The P-I-D, the personal ID report for the Cupid and the Katarusa as the U.S. representative of the United States, since I am the number one in the unit and in the states, of the entire states, as the bioengineer. Now, with Niklaus no less. So that was the possibility of the words that might come out in the future and make people look bad and sound really awful. But the more, it's the habanero. You have the fuego, the trabajo, the less you trabajo per ley, the more fuego, the temperature, que tu fetil, the temperature of the words and the comes out of the mouth and into the echo chamber around the echo load in the toilet bowl with your ass right above my head for 42 years. It was your ass above my head. You sat on me and did nothing? Oh, the fuego trabajo. Oh my goodness. Oh, mijo, it is going to be, the meter is always running. Mita, 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 mita. So now I ask, whose fault is this all? Because I'm the fawn in the Serengeti. of America with your laxative, like, ass hanging naked above my head I'm trying not to look at, to give you some respect, to, like, pull yourself together and find a friend to help you get me out. And you've been unsuccessful in every attempt or non-attempt you've made. My part doesn't change. So, the more fuego trabajo, like the more fuego, the fire, but the fire that, like, sticks to the skin and then burns, and it takes a while for that burn to go away. Yeah, that one. That is where. With no cock for 42 fucking years and no face that I love to kiss and to have hold me safe from all the asses that are ready to squirt diarrhea all over me. Since the day before I was born, they were really prepared. They took a lot of laxative. And then I got here, and it was like there's nobody to help get the guy off the toilet bowl throne. I'm just curious. Really? Oh, the white ass above my head? Boy, this is going to be a problem. So now, we've got the burning that sticks, and I am cursing, which I shouldn't be. It's not professional, but here's the next thing. All of the people that were sitting on top of me, they should be killed in massive quantity for either sitting and doing nothing in a position of power, or, so, because we're in a transition. And the more angry and loud and obnoxious I get, which is very out of character for me, especially if you're able to run future projections, I have to make sure that there is a cross-reference to who the leadership was at the exact same time that I was being sat on in the shitter commode of home economics when I actually am bioengineering. So this way, the future leaders know the difference between my communication level and when things are fixed. It is it's because of their benefit, their favor, the way that they worked the system to help me. And concurrently, the last 42 years has a very clear roster of everybody who took laxatives and purposely sat. So I don't know why the good future people who want Hall of Fame, Centurion, possible millennial, possible, since I am the only millennial along with Niklaus, and everybody's been moved to Centurion. So this way they have a reason to work up and then teach and train the nominals to get to a Centurion, so we have people that we can rely on. So now, I am obnoxious and loud and angry in this half of the 42 year to keep the good leadership that is actually working safe and judged properly on report based on where my bioengineered unit is seated, which currently is in an American personnel home economic prison of consumer, where they consume everything, make lots of garbage, and then do nothing with it. Well, I mean, sitting in Duhexen, which is the change, but you didn't change anything. You left me underneath somebody else's ass in a toilet bowl with diarrhea over my head for 42 years and claim it was me. No, I'm the one holding my nose like a fawn in the Serengeti, like, and there's lions all around, and then a big white ass over my head. I don't know, it's dark in here. They could have changed from white to dark. Could have been caramel, I don't know, I wasn't looking, I was trying to give you privacy because I want somebody fucking help.